Previously on the Ron Van Dam Show.
Boy, do I love to watch my gums bleed. Nah, put that on your recording, Amy.
And now, today's episode.
On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Really? That sounds like fun.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. How are you feeling today? Really? I'm sorry. I hope you survived Valentine's Day. I hope you're still with your significant other. If not, you did Valentine's Day all wrong. One of the weirdest gifts for Valentine's Day is a box of chocolates. You're basically saying, here, eat this, get fat, and then I'll leave you. I don't know why we have particular days for things. It's crazy. This is the month of love. The rest of the months, screw it. What are you talking about? Why do we do that? This is also the month where they remind you about the evils of heart disease, which is really like kind of odd. I love you. It's Valentine's Day. Let's talk about heart disease. You probably read that Donald Trump had his annual physical, which is kind of an oxymoron because the man has no physical stuff. He certainly doesn't have a heart, so the timing of that was odd. They actually said, oh, he's in fine physical shape, and then the report specifically mentioned that he has heart disease, and he gained 4 pounds over the past year, which is probably more. He just lost a couple, but he's now considered obese by government guidelines. He's obese. By government guidelines, he's also stupid. I think there should be a law where if you're overweight, you can't be president anymore. You have to maintain a certain weight. For no reason whatsoever other than I'm trying to find an excuse to get him out of there quickly. Maybe he passed his physical, but I don't think he would pass his mental. A little bit later on in the show, we are going to speak to a young lady who was a co-founder of a dating service, which is apropos to the subject matter of the month. And apparently this isn't exactly online, it's offline. I know, I don't understand it either. I'm very confused now by what's online or what's offline. To me, offline is when your internet isn't working. Other than that, I don't quite understand what that means. But we'll speak to her later on in the program. And for those of you that are single and wish to hook up with perhaps a future partner, well, you may be interested in that interview toward the end of the program today. And if you're already hooked up with somebody, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm kidding. There's pros and cons to everything. The grass is always greener on the other side of the mountain, whatever the hell that phrase is. Yeah, so often we meet these wonderful little couples these in-love little couples who are constantly holding each other and doing everything together. Are you going to tie your shoes, Snooky? Yeah, I'm going to tie my shoes too. Let's both tie our shoes at the same time. You know, that's not adorable anymore. That's pathetic. But we see couples like that. They're so much in love. They look wonderful. They look like they just walked out of a magazine. Everything's perfect. They have a house and a car, and the jobs are great, and everything's good, and they cook food, and they eat the food, and they have a child or they don't have a child, and if they have the child is perfect in every single way, not a pimple on its ass. Just wonderful. When it poops in the nursery, you don't even have to clean it up. It just self-cleans. It's just, everything's perfect with this couple. Everything's perfect. And then you go around and you realize my life is very sad compared to that couple that I just met. I feel horrible. Look how wonderful things can be and how horrible things are for me. But what you don't realize, because it's so overwhelming, is that wonderful, adorable, perfect couple probably has incredible problems behind closed doors. When they go home at night, they argue. They're throwing things against the wall. Those shoes that they put on together, the shoes are like broken and the heels are coming off. And you never loved me. You never liked my mother. You never touched me. Now you touch me too much. I never liked. I can't live like this anymore. You don't know what goes on behind their closed doors. And everybody closes their doors. You don't know what people are living like. Unless they tell you. But they don't do that. It's embarrassing because they're a perfect couple. So don't feel bad. You know, your life is actually not so bad after all. See, I think that people should purposely act horrible toward each other so that when we see them, we say to ourselves, well, our life is pretty good compared to them. That's why people used to watch the Jerry Springer Show. That's why people watch Dr. Phil. That's why people watch movies where things are horribly wrong, where the husband is actually a murderer, or the wife is on some type of a horrible drug train. You know, some people are having affairs and it causes people despair and ruination and they lose their job. We see movies like that because it makes us feel good about ourselves. Well, at least I don't have that problem. That's why we do this. You know it. You know it. Do you have the clapper? I didn't say do you have the clap. I said do you have the clapper. Do you remember that thing? It was back in the 80s or something like that, or maybe back in the 70s. They have a new generation of them now. And you clap your hands and the lights go on. I don't know how that happens, or the lamp goes on, or the TV goes or something. And all you got to do is clap your hands. And I always thought that was the stupidest invention ever because people look stupid clapping their hands and then the lights go off and stuff like that. And now all of a sudden I found that's not so bad. It's not a bad idea. Wish I could just clap my way to convenience all over the place. Like somebody comes up to me who's really annoying, who won't shut up, and all I got to do is, and they're gone. Actually, I clapped 3 times. I don't think that would have worked. I think it's supposed to be 2 claps. Wouldn't that be great? Someone's talking to you, and then I went down to the bank, and I told her, and I said, Marion, you really got your shoes on backwards, and your face is really, and now they're gone. They're finished. Where's the technology for that? I don't think they have it. Anyway, belated happy Valentine's Day to you, whatever that means. I really don't know. Everybody that listens to this show gets to listen for free. I have waived the subscription fee for today, so you don't have to pay anything. This is absolutely free, which is really nice for you.
We asked Ron Van Dam what he feels is the best way for people to listen to the Ron Van Dam Show.
Butter it and put it on a plate.
Okay, you heard the man. Get to it. Butter it up. You're listening to the Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Oh boy. I was speaking to a friend about auras. They don't have much of them anymore. This was something else that happened before the turn of the century. As we turned that century, there was a thing called auras when people used to meditate. That means that you could clear your mind and actually just meditate, let your mind take you to peaceful places, and it would be great for stress relief and health and all that. Now meditation is somewhat impossible for a couple of reasons. One is there's just too much stuff going on. There's too much stuff going on. There's too much information bombarding our heads. We have to worry about too much. And the second reason why no one can meditate is because Trump is the president. You can't let your guard down for 1 minute. You go into meditation, you come out of it. What has Trump done now? What has he done? But meditation actually, I believe, can actually soothe and actually heal the body. So they were talking about this thing called auras. And I used to go to a Reiki master. I don't know if you know what that means, but Reiki is, there are these Reiki masters who apparently study Reiki. It has nothing to do with leaves in the fall. It doesn't. No, this is removing the negative energy from your body and creating a shield of goodness around you. It's drawing out all the negativity, and a Reiki master somehow is able to do this. Does it actually work? Who cares? What's the difference? The Reiki master's getting paid $100, and you're psychologically thinking that negative energy has somehow been sucked out of you by a giant Hoover vacuum cleaner. So, yeah, everybody wins or everybody loses. I'm not sure which it is. But they talked about auras, and this is the shell that exists around you. And if you build up this aura and this shell around you, then you only take in the goodness and you don't accept the badness. And apparently you live more of a calm, relaxing, healthy life. And these auras apparently were things that glow around you. It shows an energy around you, an energy of protection. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if there actually was a colored energy field around you, and you could tell somebody's mood by the color of their aura? That would be wonderful. So in other words, if you're walking down the street and you see this person with a warm glow around them, a heavenly golden aura around them, you would go up and talk to them. How are you? I am wonderful. And how are you today? But if you walked up to a person with a red aura around them of anger and deceit, you would stay away from those people like the plague. That would be wonderful. It would be so much easier because I'm very good at reading people. And when I read people, I find out that most of them actually suck. Look, we were all placed on this planet in various means, usually, in hospitals, at birth and that kind of thing. And we're all here, and we're all supposed to get along together. I get it, you get it, but the other people don't know that. Apparently, they didn't read the manual when they were born. You're supposed to be kind to your fellow human being, respect them, have feelings for them, empathy, all that kind of stuff. But apparently some people didn't get the manual for it, which should be downloaded on a PDF or PFD, whatever the fuck that is. Trump didn't read the manual. He doesn't know. He can't read. That's why he didn't read the manual. You think he's going to read the manual? He's not even going to read the Constitution. He doesn't even know what the hell's going on. You need to read the manual. You're supposed to get along with these people. They're supposed to be nice to you. You're supposed to be nice to them. If that were the case, wouldn't everything be wonderful? Everybody would have a wonderful blue, comfortable aura. But no. Most people walk around like me, 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 me. It's all about me. Screw you. It's all about me. You just happen to be in the way. You just happen to be there. Get out of the way. It's all about me. You didn't read the manual. That's not the way you're supposed to act. You don't understand. You don't get it. It's not me, me, me. And then there's some people that say, well, I'll be better in the next life. What? I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, this life sucks, but when I leave this earth, my next life, I will be better, and I'm going to come back in order to correct this life. Will you shut up? Will you just shut up and be nice to people? Stop talking about going to heaven and all that stuff. That's fine. You can book your trip now on TripAdvisor for your heaven trip. But right now, you're here on this vacation. Let's do it here. Let's get along here. Let's all get in the pool and stop peeing in it. How about that idea? I seem a little upset. I seem a little upset today.
Are you aware that 1 in every 7 Americans is in desperate need of a dope slap? Studies show that every 17 seconds in America, someone writes, says, or does something so incredibly stupid that they deserve to be slapped, and you can help. If someone you know commits an act of boneheaded stupidity, simply extend your hand with the palm facing to the side, draw your arm back, and deliver a sharp, solid blow straight across their forehead. It's called a dope slap. It only takes a moment to perform, but the lesson can last a lifetime. This has been a message from the American Dope Slap Association and Metro South Podcasting.
I am so concerned about your well-being that we do public service announcements like that. Life would be so much better if people just listened to me. Why don't they listen to me? I'm not talking about listening to this radio program. I'm talking about just listen to me. I have things to say that are worthwhile. I'm a loving, caring human being with a nice aura. If people just were nice to each other and pleasant, what a wonderful thing this would be. You know those motion pictures when people walk around? Hi, neighbor, how are you? I'm fine. How's everything? We're good. Have a wonderful day. You too, Ron. Everything would be wonderful. If people disagree rather than argue, they'd say, well, I don't agree with you, but you know what? You got your points, I got mine. We're all loving people, so I'll see you later, Bob. Okay, Joe. What's wrong with that? How come people can't do that? Why has everybody got this deep hidden anger in them? Like me. My anger stems from the fact that you're all angry. If you were all lovely, wonderful people, I'd have nothing to be angry about. Differences of opinion don't have to be anger. Because we are human. We're all different people. As I said on yesterday's show, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor of philosophy so that I can have a title on my name. So when people introduce me, they go, this is Dr. Van Dam. That's all I want. It's really not a lot to ask. It really isn't. I think I can get one of those things online or offline, some kind of diploma that I'm a doctor. Doesn't matter what I'm a doctor of, a dentist, a surgeon. What the hell's the difference? Doctor of philosophy. That's what I do. I love the doctor thing. Speaking of doctors, I went to the doctor a few weeks ago, and she wanted to give me a blood test. And I said, well, not right now. I don't feel like it. Also, I had a large bologna sandwich just before I came here for my exam, so that probably would show up in the blood test. She says, well, you need to have a blood test. Just stop eating at 8 o'clock at night and then the next morning get your blood test. So I did that. I did that last Monday. And I went to the blood lab. This is a lab of blood. And there was a lovely young lady sitting behind a window. I don't know why she had a window there. It was inside a room. It wasn't like at McDonald's outside drive-in. It was a glass sliding door where she sat behind a glass sliding door within another room. I don't know what the protection thing is. I don't think it's bulletproof. It's just a glass sliding door. I don't really understand why. So she opens a glass sliding door, like everybody on the other side has some kind of disease. Perhaps she's got the disease. I don't know why there's a glass sliding door. That's starting to bother me. Why do we have to have a glass sliding door between us? So she says, are you here for the blood test? And I felt like saying, duh, but I didn't. I said, yes, this is the blood lab. This is where you get the blood test. I'm here to buy Girl Scout cookies. You got any? You got a daughter who's selling Girl Scout cookies? The only reason I came here. And I only want to approach people behind glass sliding doors. That's how I feel good about myself. So she says, okay, can you fill this plastic cup for me? Can you give me a urine sample? And I said, boy, can I. So she says, go into that room over there and fill up the container, and then there's a brown paper bag. Just screw the lid onto the container. Well, yeah, duh. Okay, otherwise it'd be pretty sloppy. And put it in the bag and hand the bag to me. And I said, you're asking a lot here. Could you write down the instructions again? I think I got it straight. You want me to go into this bathroom, pee into the cup, put the lid on the cup, put it in the brown paper bag, and bring it back to you. And do I recite something? Is there anything else I must do? Do I pull on a rope or something? What happens? She says, no, just fill it up, schmuck. So I filled it up. And not only did I fill that up, but I could have also, filled a gallon jug at that point, and I don't know why. So then I walk back to her, and she opens up the glass door again. I mean, like, why are you closing that glass door all the time? What are you doing back there? And I give her the brown paper bag with my urine sample in it. And now, on the urine sample cup itself, it has my name, Dr. Van Dam. But the brown paper bag does not have my name on it. So I hand her the brown paper bag. It's like anonymous, so my neighbors don't know what's in the bag, what delivery came to my house. Why am I putting the urine sample in a brown paper bag? Unmarked, by the way. So I guess everybody else there who's doing the same thing thinks that I'm just bringing my lunch. It's just a brown paper bag. What are you looking at? She actually says, thank you. I've never, ever in my life had somebody say thank you when I handed them a cup of my urine. Usually that's not the response I get. The response I usually get is, what the hell is this? But she said thank you because I gave her my urine. I found that to be odd and yet delightful. So I guess what they're going to do is they're going to test my urine to make sure everything's good with it, that there's nothing floating in it like maybe debris or, I don't know, asbestos. I really don't know. I guess some people's urine is so old that it has asbestos in it from before the code was changed. I really don't know. And then I'm thinking, because I think about everything, I sit down and I wait for them to call my name in order to get the actual blood test. And then I'm thinking, well, what's happening back in the lab? They're taking my brown paper bag with my urine specimen in it, and some employee actually has to take my urine specimen out of the brown paper bag, open up the cup, and I don't know what, then pour some of my urine into some kind of an analyzing machine. They have to deal with the rest of my urine. I don't know where they put it. Whose job would that be? I don't even know what you call that job. Urine handler? I don't. How do you tell somebody what do you do for a living, Kathy? Oh, it's very interesting. I get strangers' urine and I pour it into various things. It's fun. And it's not smelly at all. You would think it's smelly, but it's not. Urine is really fun. I have good time. I analyze people's urine. Okay, Kathy. All right now. Okay, Kathy. Good. Good for you, Kathy. And all of a sudden, no one's talking to Kathy anymore. Certainly nobody's touching Kathy. Can you imagine Kathy's husband? How was work today? Oh, God. All over my skirt. All over my skirt and my pants. Oh, I was so upset. So upset. Okay, Kathy. All right there, Kathy. Okie dokie, Kathy. Good to hear it there, Kathy. All right, let's talk to our guest, Megan Daniels. We're talking about hooking you up with somebody. Are you single? Do you want to be single? Is it okay to be single? If you're the person that works in a blood lab and you deal with the urine, I think I know why you're Signal. I said signal instead of single. That's the first sign of mental breakdown. Oh, God. Hey, Megan, how are you?
Hey, Ron. I'm great. How about yourself?
Not so bad, really. Megan Daniels joins us. She's a relationship expert and director of marketing and business development at Selective Search, which is a matchmaking firm. And the rules have changed over the decades. Matchmaking has changed, hasn't it?
It has. I mean, we've been around for a really long time, the industry that is.
Yeah.
But it's getting more and more prevalent amongst singles. I mean, there's 52% of us that are still looking for the one. And the old-fashioned ways of bumping into someone at the grocery store or a concert are getting harder and harder because we're short on time. We're busier than ever. So why not outsource your love life to the professionals?
It's kind of true. I feel that on a one-to-one basis, we're more we have questions about people that we meet, like we don't trust them. You got to be careful, and yet when you meet online, that seems to be a little bit more familiar for some reason. Kind of the opposite of the way it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit different. We kind of take pride in our Meet Your Future process, which allows us to meet every single person in person. So we're learning about their background and their values and their life goals, and we really make sure that everyone we work with is sitting down and feeling as if they're on the 5th or 6th date when really it's only their first date, because we've done all of the legwork of getting to know them for them.
I know that the numbers of people who meet online are like way up now, that almost is the prevalent way of meeting somebody.
It is. I mean, people don't have time to waste on dates without potential. And, the stigma has really decreased over the years of meeting someone online. But we really consider ourselves an offline matchmaking company and kind of are a little bit different than the .coms because your information is sacred and it shouldn't be out there for anyone to see. And that's why we kind of take it all offline and have a personal touch to it.
Oh, sort of the opposite of Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a little social comment. It really is. This is a great time to be single as well. I know that at one time when I was growing up, the idea was to live your life through somebody else. And now it seems to be solidify your life, enjoy that, and if you hook up, fine.
Yeah, I mean, it is a great time to be single. There's a lot of options for individuals out there to date strategically. It's not kind of just putting a wanted ad in the back of the newspaper or hoping to meet someone at a concert. You can really, find someone that matches your preferences by leveraging a firm like Selective Search to focus on finding someone that has those shared values.
Yeah. It's nice to meet somebody and already know about them as opposed to sitting in a bar and meeting somebody cold and I wonder if they murdered somebody recently. I mean, seriously, it's really really odd these days. Okay, so what if someone is a little intrepid about doing this? They've been online. They're not too happy with the online thing because you don't know who is actually being represented behind those pictures. What would they find different with the offline, and why should they not be scared of doing that?
Well, first off, our numbers speak for themselves. We have an 87% success rate, and 34% of our clients actually find love with the first date. So we're pretty good at honing in on what you like and what you don't like. But again, we also meet everyone in person, and we do personal certification checks. So we can actually verify that they are who they say they are. And there are times where we might have to turn a client away because we don't feel as though we'll be successful with them. So our goal is really having success for all of our clients, regardless of what they're looking for.
Geographically, how does this work? Is it something that's available almost everywhere in the country?
Yes, we are nationwide. We have headquarters in Chicago, but we service North America as well as individuals who may live abroad but are looking to meet someone in North America as well. So regardless of whether you're in the big city or out in a more remote area, we can definitely help you find the one.
Yeah. What made you get into this?
So actually, our founder and president, Barbie Adler, had a really successful career in executive recruiting. So she was headhunting for top-level C-level executives and wanted something a little bit more emotionally fulfilling. She was also a single gal at the time and kind of took all of those same proven principles and methodologies from headhunting and applied them to matters of the heart. So now it's doubly rewarding when we put together a good match.
Very cool. And I would assume that it's I guess that's what it's all about. When two people hook up together and form a life and a partnership, that's pretty satisfying, I guess, on your end as well.
It's one of the most rewarding things, let me tell you, Ron.
Yeah. Do people come back at you later on and say, my God, thanks a lot for this?
Yeah, today will be a busy day at the office. We're constantly getting thank yous and family photos and wedding invitations. And we've got tons of happy love stories up on our website of people wanting to share how they met through us. A lot of gratitude coming in and out of these doors.
That's great. Now, talking about Valentine's Day, and I really don't like to, I'll tell you why, because I don't think one day should be designated for people to recognize each other and pay attention to each other. I think that's kind of wrong. I think every day should be like that, or at least at your leisure. So, and I guess that's what you're about. Every day is Valentine's Day for you.
Exactly. Every day is Valentine's Day. But you know what? For those of us who are still looking for love, we can use this day as a reminder that there are options for you to find love. There are two ways to become a member with Selective Search. You can have a proactive premium-based membership with us as a client, or you can join our complimentary service as an affiliate. But I would really like to use Valentine's Day for all the single listeners out there that, now is the time to take action and stop putting off your love life. It's one of the most important aspects of your life.
Okay. Well, it's Valentine's Day month is what it really is, and I guess that's when we pay attention to things like this. Can they call and ask questions?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so how do they do that?
Absolutely. They can reach us at 866-592-1200, or you can visit us at selectivesearch.com and fill out a confidential inquiry form. But again, that number is 866-592-1200.
That kind of proves that you're not just an online thing. You actually gave out a phone number. I can't remember the last interview I've done where someone mentioned a phone number. Congratulations. I like that, when you can actually talk to somebody. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
We believe in face-to-face, not cyberspace.
It even rhymes. That's so cool.
It rhymes.
Hey, thanks, Megan. Have a nice day, and thanks so much for the information today.
Absolutely, Ron. It was a pleasure, and we look forward to knowing all of your listeners.
Thank you so much. You take care. Bye-bye.
All right, you too.
You're looking forward to knowing all my listeners? I don't even know all my listeners. Is that possible? Well, good luck to you. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. I truly, truly wish that upon you. As I know you wish it upon me. I wish you peace.